here. It's gonna work. Yes. All right, so here's what I have like visuals for. Video producer for my stream. I'll bring up your. Did you play yesterday or just today?
Just today.
Okay, so I'll bring up your stream from today so we can like go back and forth between hours. And then I have the IAE save the date because of the leaks of the Perseus sneak peek roadmap roundup monthly report. It's pretty much what happened, right? 4.4 plus those things.
Yep.
All good? All right, cool. Oh, you got rated by Sigelian.
Segi, yeah.
Yes.
What a Giga Chad. Thank you very much, Segi.
And then one of the biggest FCs in pandemic. Well, what was Pandemic Horde? I don't know if you heard the news. Oh
no.
Yeah, Pandemic Horde is gone.
Shit, real?
Yep.
That is pretty big news. That existed for fucking ever.
We're currently in hell camped by goons at our staging. We're done.
Yeah.
I got everything I could to Jita, and that's it. It's GG.
Yep.
So yeah, it was an interesting week to say the least.
Yep.
Yeah, and I don't know what else to say there. It was not fun.
Yep.
All right, let me grab you. That's the only other thing I need to do is just grab your stream.
Yeah,
VOD.
we spent like all 5 hours just doing the mission.
Yeah, that's all there is really, right? So makes it easy. Unless you want to do missions that you could do elsewhere, right?
Oh, some goals are. Yeah. I think we spent like the first maybe 30 minutes just checking out the hall, but otherwise.
Got it. So you joining Sandig, leaving, waiting to see that.
We got a live ski for like 20 minutes.
I'm waiting to see. You're doing other missions to start, it looks like.
Yeah. I think we just do the one, and then we get access to it.
Oh, got it. I got you now.
Oh yeah, and I shot the boom tube at the end as well a bunch of times.
Hell yeah.
Just at the wall and at other players, but yeah.
Perfect. I have your start. Let me grab mine. It won't let me grab mine from video producer. Okay, so I have to go to my own channel and do it. That's so goofy. Thank you, Twitch. Oh, and it's 10. So we could start the intro while I do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do that instead. Me or you today?
Me, I believe.
Okay. Sounds good. Intro's up. 33 seconds.
Also, shout out T1 back-to-back League World Champions tonight. Let's go.
I was watching that a little bit.
Me too. I had it. Today I found out picture-in-picture exists on Twitch, and so I had it up while I was streaming.
Hell yeah. Oh, it's ready.
7-star citizens.
I usually give them a countdown.
Back to Answer the Call. This is your podcast and call-in show that you would assume is just like improv, by the way, our production values. Where we talk everything Star Citizen, including some pretty cool stuff this week that ended up being very cool slideshow stuff this week with 4.4 and Nyx. But first off, how you doing, Mike?
Very good. Very well. Not that. It's hard to say. There's Eve things that happen that are very bad, but it's also like interesting. And it's so Star Citizen related. So if we could start with that real quick, we're gonna get our Eve talk out of the way. Okay. My entire alliance just fail skated. If you've ever heard of that term before, it's an Eve term. It's fallen apart completely. Our leadership was just like, yeah, we're leaving, and like announced it to everybody. So then our enemies just said, no, you're not, and completely like basically took the equivalent of a mantis and
Mhm.
covered our entire station with those
Yep.
bubbles, so you cannot leave. So everybody has trillions of credits stuck in this station, and it's all going to go to a thing called asset safety. They don't just like blow up or get stolen. They go to a
Yeah.
thing called asset safety, and you've got to get it out. You got to pay 15% of the value of those items to get them out. And it's all just a pain in the ass. Well, you sold a lot of, or yeah, my assets are going to be in asset safety. I don't, somebody in chat saying that he lost all his. It's Mr. Unlucky, like
Yeah.
one of our biggest FCs. And yeah, so
So does
it's
that mean so did
bad.
Pandemic Horde just not exist anymore?
It's under new leadership,
Okay.
and like not a lot of people, at least I don't know the guy, and we don't know what's going to happen. So yeah, it's like the idea is for them to be smaller, and
Yeah.
that's it. So I got none of my ships out. I got all of my pods out. I got all of my
Okay.
blueprints out, and I got my most
Okay.
expensive stuff, which was skill extractors and cerebral
Mhm.
accelerators out. So I'm
Yep.
like doing okay, but
Yeah.
what it made me think of and how we're going to relate this to Star Citizen is the feeling of loss. Like at first I was like
Yeah.
so disappointed, and then it was like it's okay. I have lots of credits. I can start fresh. I can go to different avenues of the game and try new things. I can go to a new
Mhm.
alliance if I want. I don't know where our corp is going right now, so I don't know what's
Yeah.
happening. But like, yeah, there's options, I guess, and where I end up is going to be different. I get to see new places in the game. So,
Mhm.
like again, people in Star Citizen who are deathly afraid of losing anything, it's not so bad, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And on the side note, it is so bad, but it's interesting. The one time, well, like one of the times I've stopped playing Eve was we had built a, is it Athenor? Is like the small mining space station,
Yeah,
I think.
I think.
We had built one of those. It lasted a week before it got attacked, and then I stopped playing.
Yeah.
I was like, cool.
Like this is
But yeah, yeah,
trillions, like hundreds of
yeah,
thousands of dollars worth of items and stuff that people are just
yeah,
like, it's crazy. So
yeah.
yeah, we'll see. But I just I don't know where I'm gonna end up. I don't know what I'm gonna do, and we'll see.
Might be
So
time for you to start just joining some wormhole orgs for a little
that's
while
one of the
until.
options. That's one of the
Yeah,
options because that's something I've always wanted to do. So we'll see. But
yeah.
I will say this: I'm probably going to take a break from Eve, and I'm going to play Star Wars Galaxies for a little bit.
Ooh,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Interesting.
Because it's very much like Star Citizens crafting, so I want to learn Star Wars
Yeah.
Galaxies crafting and get a
Mhm.
feel for that. So that's my goal.
Yep.
There. How's your week been? How many weeks as a
So
dad now has it been? 4?
4 weeks as of 2 days ago.
Yeah.
She's a month old like tomorrow.
Wow.
Um,
So
it's
now
been
you
pretty
start
cool.
speaking in months of how old she is.
Yeah, I don't want to start. I don't want to keep
She's
counting weeks. That's too
36
hard.
months. If you start saying 36 months and not 3 years, I'm gonna fly to Australia.
Yeah. For me, it's like at 18 months, stop saying months.
Yeah.
Just say like she's a year and a half old or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but yeah, it's been pretty good. You may remember last week I was complaining about how the new League of Legends card game was coming out and it got delayed in Australia.
Yep.
Well,
Well, it's not delayed.
one of the reasons
Oh,
why
is that all?
I've swapped the camera. So this is a playset of every card from the set, with the
There you go.
exception of a few, because I like TCGs.
I mean, League
They're
card
fun,
game.
man.
That's gonna
I
be.
hate League.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's so popular that
Oh,
like
for sure.
just save those. I'm sure they'll be valuable one day.
For sure, but also like I said last year, the game actually is enjoyable. Like it is a really really fun card game. As me coming from a Magic background, so that was most of my week was Baby and that,
Yeah.
which I've been enjoying. So I'm excited to do some more stuff. So then, like I said as well, the reason the camera is back to this way, the way that it used to be, is because I've actually set up a TCG table to do content on.
Hell yeah.
So yeah,
Hell yeah.
so pretty sick. But
Yeah.
then Forta came out, and I finally got to play that today.
Yeah.
Well, no, it didn't come out. Went to Wave 1.
Went to Wave 1. Yeah, dude, people get so mad when you say that. It's pretty funny.
Yep.
And I'm currently in it right now, and I'm basically, so I'm in a weird spot where I'm in the, like, okay, 4.4 came out, let's start there, but I'm in game right now
Yeah.
trying to stay not AFK and go like
Yep.
get disconnected because I've not been able to finish the best content in the patch right now. So because of tons of server errors yesterday, I'm not getting them today. So after pod, I might try and finish it real quick.
Yeah.
But it started out with pretty much just Levski and Delamar being the content of the patch. What was your frame rate at? Because mine was nauseating.
It wasn't great. It reminded me of when I first started playing, which was like, I mean, the very first patch I downloaded was like late 2019 during IAE.
Yeah.
And it was like an RCorp one. And so
Why
it was
are you still
bad,
here?
right? Why are any of you still here? I don't
Yeah.
remember if I mentioned last week. I looked at like the content that they produced on YouTube in like 2015, and it's so bad. It's all so trash.
Because it was all supposed to be bad then. Like it was like
Yeah,
all
yeah.
just a dream at that time, but you came in when it was like kind of trying to pretend to be a game.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, the frame rate this week was not good.
No.
Luckily, at least today, it was like just Levski where I had the problem. So doing the actual content in the asteroid belts was much better.
Yeah. As soon as you get out of Levski, it feels like any other thing. Did you do any interstellar missions? I mean, that was like kind of the main thing to check out.
Did not get a chance to. I spent the only Star Citizen I could play this week was the last 5 hours that I just did.
Yep.
And it was that one mission because there was also some other problems that we'll get to.
All right. Well, I did them. They work. There's not really much to say on them. Cool. They work. Like you go through the jump point, you see the marker, and it's like, that's good. The whole thing about them, what makes them so unique and special is there are no other missions in the game that you can be in one star system and get a mission in another one. So it's like, for Star Citizen, this is like, oh, a video game, like things that are in other video games. So like that list is much smaller than that book of cards you just showed. So we always highlight when they add another page or at least a paragraph to a page of stuff like that. So it works, and that's it. Then obviously we get the mission that came out on Friday. I will say that it was incredibly server error-y yesterday. And while I was streaming, producer Phil of the PU came in and like, we're hot fixing it. And so did Proxys. And they were like, yeah, we're hot fixing. Cool. Apparently they hot fixed last night. So it's still server error sometimes, but less often now, which is why I'm so focused on wiggling my character and making sure he doesn't go AFK. Because yesterday I spent, I think, 4 to 5 hours doing that mission. And that mission should be like an hour and a half, probably, without any server errors, I think. And I was kind of what I think was at the end, where like you put in a security code, server error as I'm typing in the code, come back, and the code didn't work anymore. So it was like, damn, that was like a hard stop. Like I had 20 plus server errors yesterday. Ooh. And they're all 5 to 10 minutes of recovery time.
So we had 2 server errors today. They
they
were like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yep.
It did feel like on at least one of them that we may have triggered it.
Okay.
A little bit of a spoiler for, well, not really, because they spoiled it during CitizenCon. During the mission, you get betrayed. Not really though, because you're just you're going there to do FPS.
Yeah.
And the like trigger of the betrayal when you come into that room that has the Vandal pod coming out of the ground.
Yeah. Let me see if I
the server error happened the second that the server error turned off. All the lights started going red. The guy started calling us. So I think that may have actually been like the cause of it, possibly.
Okay.
Was like whatever triggers that instance.
Got it. Yeah, I'm oh, I see what happened to you. So here's something that we should probably point out. Is every time you transition to like a different part of the
Yeah.
station, you go into
Yep.
EVA. So you have to make sure, like you're doing it right now. Yep.
Yep.
And you have to make sure that you kind of like stay flat. Otherwise, you
Yes.
end up in the collision of the station, and you're just
Yeah.
toast at that point.
Yeah. Very annoying bug at the moment.
Yeah, and this happens consistently throughout the station. So I
Mhm.
guess you went back to
Yeah. Just had to backspace and never
to
chose.
Mercy. Yeah, and then you go
Yeah.
to the Polaris. This is like a part of the mission, and you're fighting off
Mhm.
people. Again, I guess spoiler alert time, everybody. So if you don't want to know how this mission plays out, CIG didn't spoil it as much as we thought they did at
Mhm.
CitizenCon. Like it's way more in depth here, where like what each marker is and all that stuff, right? So
Mhm.
basically, again, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. You are killing a boss at each
Yep.
place, basically, and then you click on his body and you're downloading data from him.
Mhm.
They also have a decryption key inside of them. You're looking for another key, and you're turning that key into, like, you're putting data on it to make it a key that opens a door.
Yeah. So
And
you've got like
that's
your
as far as I
regular,
got.
like you've got like your supervisor keys, which you need, and the downloading the data, which is required for the mission.
Yep.
But then you've got like your the big ones that you get like at CZs that you then pull
Yep.
towards
Yep.
the what do you call them, the ships.
Mhm.
Those ones, yeah. So you need to put those ones into 3 different server stacks that then let you unlock the big loot room at the end of the
Yeah.
end of
Oh,
the
and
location.
the main area you go into is Ruin Station's what was it called? Ghost Arena.
Yeah, yeah, it's Ghost Arena reskinned again, and like a bit of the location is different as well. Like it's got like one
It's
different
clean
side to
Ghost
it, but
Arena. Yeah, but it's
it
redone.
is
It's
Ghost
different.
Arena.
You enter
Yep.
in from where the
That's pretty
loot
cool.
room was, and then
Yep.
you come up, and then you have the different side things. And
Mhm.
yeah, like the main mission content is in the security area. It's
Yep.
interesting. So it's like a familiar place, but not.
Yeah.
They did a decent job of like making it feel different.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and then it's a Vandal are kind of scary to fight if they're alive and paying attention right now. Again, server frame rate is single digits, but usually low single
Mhm.
digits, between like 2 and 5. So they're teleporting all over the place or not reacting at all. But they have tuned, I believe, the Vandal weapons in some way, on at least on the NPCs, that when they hit you, it hurts. Like my shields
Mhm.
go down from 1 hit, maybe 2. So
Mhm.
it's quite. I think it's going to be challenging. So, oh, you just went to a place. The what is
Yeah,
here? Is this
yeah.
the engine
So it's
room,
a
or
yeah, it's
is
the
that
engine room.
the
It's a little yeah. So if you go around the
what's
back, it's a little engine
malfunctioning? Is what I'm
room.
asking.
I
I'm
think
not
it's
sure
the
what.
quantum or the gravity, the gravity
Yeah, I was thinking
thing that they
gravity
have.
thing.
Yeah. But yeah, you take like ticking damage as you're back there.
Yep.
But it is a little loot room, so the modules can spawn there, and there's a couple of boxes there for you to grab as well.
Yeah, the modules just seem like the shitty ones that are everywhere,
Yeah.
basically, that are not really desirable to pick up. So
Hmm.
we'll get to it in the monthly report, but they talk about doing a loot pass. Still
Yep.
looking for it, because I don't know I don't know what's going on with some of the loot. But yeah, you take down, like I was
Yeah.
almost dead just standing there because I was like hiding down there,
Yeah.
and I was like, what the
Yeah.
heck? So yeah, we'll we'll see with that.
I do love what they've done with this Polaris fight. It is so like even with all the desync that I had, it is such an interesting fight and such an interesting location that they've like crafted inside the Polaris.
Yeah.
Yeah, tons and tons of fun.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. I think this was the best part of it for me
Hmm.
until you go to auxiliary. I like the auxiliary the most.
Yeah, Auxiliary is cool. I think
Yeah.
I like this more, but I think it's just because it's a bit more of a unique sort of location. I like when they use they're using ships as levels, right? That's dope.
Yeah. And there's like respawning enemies in there and everything.
Hmm.
So yeah, pretty neat. Um, yeah, so you basically just kill a boss here eventually and get his data, and then there is
Yeah.
a thing that you make your key right to the left of his
Yeah.
crosshair there. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how much we want to spoil and all that, but this is it. This is the event. This is the
Yep.
welcome to Nick's content. Also, this is the continuation of the ASD content. So we're not
Yes.
done necessarily. I think we might be done with
Well,
Dr.
it's
Jorrit, though. That's the
yeah,
thing.
we're
I'm not
done.
sure.
We're done with ASD at least for like this arc.
Yeah.
It's similar to how ASD were connected to the story through the Regen Crisis. These guys, which are their names in the patch notes, they are the Shattered something.
Hand,
What is
maybe?
their
'Cause there's
name?
lots
Shattered
of
Blade.
Shadow
They're the
Blade.
Shattered
Okay.
Blade. They are connected to the story through ASD. So these were the guys that were supplying Jorrit with
the Vandal.
all of his Vandal stuff. And as you do this mission, and in those loot rooms, you will actually find boxes of Vandal, as in a Vandal that has been like put in like a almost like one of those prisoner cells that we used to have.
Dead
That you can
Vandal.
loot, as in like you can put onto the freight elevator.
Yeah, you can hold on to them. Maybe decorate your hangar with it or
Presumably,
whatever.
well, I was gonna say presumably there'll be a turn in for Wicklow or something.
Oh,
Is my
maybe.
assumption at the moment.
Yeah, perhaps. Did they have like a tooltip when you looked over them in inventory? I never put them in my hangar.
I did not put them in hangar either.
I'll check that. But the other thing is there are dead like there was a FPS fight between this group and the Vandal. There are dead Vandal around. There are Vandal spears in people's bodies. It is like
that's the coolest thing about Squadron. The auxiliary. The auxiliary, like the story that they've told through all the bodies is very, very cool in that one.
Yeah. Like I am not there. I got there yesterday, but I didn't get there today yet. And I was just like, wow, this is visually very like I'm immersed in what happened here. So storytelling decent for once on that point. And then like you just feel it there. But so Vandals spawn like outside quite a bit, so you're fighting those, and then you're going to each one of these areas, and I don't know what's at the end. You do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
I don't know what's at the end of the mission because the mission bugged out for me. Okay. But I know what's in the loot room, the big loot room at the end.
I don't.
Which it is basically the 2 cargo rooms that you would have been in when you were doing the mission. But no enemies, just loot. Boxes everywhere, modules everywhere, even more of the Vandal boxes, and another freight elevator.
Okay.
So just a loot room, just a big loot room.
Got it. And you're like forever in server error.
It was right at the end where we right at the end of the stream.
More
or less. Maybe 30 minutes beforehand.
This is podcast prep. Like right around here, you think?
It'd be just after this, I think.
Yeah, you're gonna decrypt the data at some point, would be my guess. Oh yeah, that was epic. I don't want to spoil that for anybody. Yeah, like when you first get in, it's too good, dude.
Yeah. There you go. We're about to head in there now.
Okay.
So you get to this location, you chuck it in, and then
the warehouse. That's right. Like you try to go warehouse because it's in the same area as you, and it's like you need a key, and it's like, well, how the fuck do I get a key? And then you start figuring it out as you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say, I'm just gonna say I really like the mission. Like I like get after all the server and desync and all that. I still feel like this mission is good and is fun.
Yep.
And will be fun if they can deal with those problems. I don't think I can do this over and over again given the state of the server currently. So if it's not going to improve, and it might not, that's the thing. How many times did you die? I soloed.
None. But I had the only time I died was when I like forced backspaced because of the being stuck in the station.
Sometimes the NPCs
we went down quite a few times.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there you go. I had to force backspace from going down. The NPCs just like one-shot you because of the desync, and they're using the LMG that you're using right now. So it's like it's pain sometimes. All right, so this is warehouse.
Yep. So this was just me checking security. There's nothing really in there, but yeah, it's just warehouse. So like I said, lots of loot in there. my inventory had bugged, so I couldn't actually see what was inside the armor boxes and stuff.
Ah, that
But
sucks.
the people with me were saying that there was, once again, the new armor was in there, as you would
Yeah.
imagine. And then
There's
I
the
do
Vandal.
eventually, yep, there you go. I do eventually find a boom tube on the in the armory in the corner there, but it takes me a little while. And the boom tube's cool as hell. Didn't get a chance to use it against any ships or anything.
I
Just
blew up
used it
my
against my
C8R
friends.
with it
Nice,
because it wasn't
nice.
working, so I just got rid of it.
The interesting thing about it, because we did a little test, it does no damage within about 10 meters.
Yep. I
So
tried to kill an
it'll do
NPC
the
that was right
effect.
next to me. It did not work.
Yep. I tried to kill my friends right next to me. And it didn't work. No splashback or
Wow.
anything. So yeah, it was just interesting. Like, it's not that that's really gonna matter. I don't think you're gonna be wanting to fire that point blank anyway. But yeah, just an interesting quirk of the thing, because it still does the animation of an explosion. Everything just doesn't
Yep.
do damage.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just like the NPC is not dead. What is happening?
Yep.
But yeah. So it again, I think this is gonna be a good time, but
Mhm.
it is it's Levski right now. I think a lot of people are criticizing them over there are 6 servers in Stanton in the PTU. Nobody's in Stanton. There are 2 servers in Pyro in the PTU. Nobody's in Pyro. And there are only 2 servers in Nyx. But what do they place the server around? There's nothing in Nyx.
Mm.
So they don't have the planets right now. I imagine if they had planets, there would be more servers, right?
Well, the planets are there, or at least one of them's there. So one
Oh,
today.
I can't get to them.
You would have to manually fly. Like,
Oh,
I'm not. You can't quantum to them. But as I was going to one of these missions,
You
I
flew
could
by
see
it?
the planet moving, and I could sort of see it in the distance. But it would have been at least 1,000,000 kilometers away, and so I'm not not going to bother trying to fly that, right?
Oh, I can give some.
But I still
extra...
imagine that.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, I imagine that the servers are probably Nyx and then the ring,
Space.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, space.
So yeah, it's kind of hard to have more than 2 servers. So a lot of people were complaining about that. But I have some like public info that was shared in my Twitch chat. I don't know how public it is right now, but you'll hear about it soon, I'm sure. There are 300 of those QV locations.
300.
300.
I assumed there would be quite a few. 300 seems crazy.
300. Yeah. At least in the PTU, because everyone's in Nyx. I think they know everyone's going to be in Nyx, so they're trying to prep for it because they don't want PvP there. I got PvP'd today. I saw a guy shot at him. Did you see it? You get to see a clip of it?
No. I was just going to say something similar, but continue.
Yeah, I saw a guy shot him because I thought it was an NPC, and immediately stopped, and he was like, I looked at him, and then he healed, so I was like, oh, okay, we're chill. And he pulls his gun out and downs me, and then he gets, and I just started screaming at him. I'm like, I literally let you live. What are you doing? And before I backspaced, he started healing me and revived me. So I immediately just pulled my gun out and full deathed him. I know that's toxic, but I was like, I gave you every opportunity to live. Like, it was totally an accident. I VoIP'd everything. And I was just like, no. This is my location.
You never know if VoIP.
That's true. But it was just like, bro, I took a mission here. You're not supposed to be here. So like the mission, the dev who made the mission was like, he can't quantum travel there. Yeah. I was like, then he logged out here. Yeah. Right? So you could say it's toxic as hell, but it's like my mission location. He logged out there and then killed me. So who? Yeah. Right? So I just mag dumped.
Who's more toxic is the real question. That's the real question.
I mean, probably me, but I'm trying to do the mission, and that guy is logging in there and cannot get the mission there. So I'm doing him the favor, sending him back, and then he can go do the mission somewhere else.
Yeah. So while I did not see PvP during my attempts, there was a someone's abandoned not Valkyrie, Asgard was like sitting there outside one of the locations. So if there's truly 300 locations, that would be unlikely, right? Like even over a day's time, the chances that I would find that one is pretty unlikely. But this has happened before. And what the case was last time was that all those locations existed, but it wouldn't give out the missions to all those locations. It only gave them out to a handful, and it would just repeat those numbers. So I wonder if that's the exact same thing that's happening on PTU, because that would make sense.
Hold on, I'm typing to somebody because somebody in your chat goes, maybe he was loot server jumping. And I'm going to type, okay, I'm not going to type it now, I'm just going to say it. Well, then that's my loot that he's stealing, so who's the toxic one?
True.
There you go. I'm protecting my loot. Now, so there's 300 of them.
But yeah.
But
wow.
It's clearly temporary until instancing, because guess what? If you store anything at any of those locations, it is shared across all of those locations, which is fantastic.
Good.
Yeah.
Because I was going to have a complaint. Well, a sort of complaint, but like more like a forcing people to prepare for an annoying thing, right? So I just mentioned all those loot areas where you can get all those, the big vandal and all the modules and stuff. Well, it's like you've got to get them out of there. And if you go to that location in like a Scorpius or something, which is pretty reasonable, I think, you would be shit out of luck in that instance, because how would you get back there? So I'm glad that that's the case.
Yep. So what I did was I brought a C8R and I brought some med gel. I kept the med gel at the station. And if I unfortunately ended up having, because of that guy being there, I was just like, I'm going to backspace and abort the mission and get a new one and hope to get a fresh start, because there was lots of bugs. NPC weren't spawning. That clearly the two of us being there was causing an issue. So I just went and did a different one, and I opened the inventory and there was my med gel for my C8R, and you respawn in the C8R if you leave it in the hangar as well. So it's a bit complicated because you need a ship to be able to kill the Vandal that are outside. The C8R can't do that. You're gonna die. Yeah. So yeah, it was like a lot of back and forth. I was using a Corsair to kill the, and then trying to make a C8R work, and yeah, it was a pain in the ass, but I managed it, and still waiting to complete the mission. But yeah, it's there's a lot of steps, and it can be done solo, but it is way better to do as a group, I think.
For sure. As well as like, I was going to mention, one of the things that I really like about the mission as well is the constant change of pace in between the mission. So it's like, you'll go in, do some like ship fighting, land, do some FPS, but then you have to leave the main station again. You'll do some more ship fighting. I like that. It's like we're very used to just, you're doing one kind of content over and over and over again on repeat for like an hour. So yeah, it was an interesting way of doing it.
Yeah. I think it would be, if server frame rates are up, I think it'll be like, it might feel properly challenging. We'll have to see, because like the first thing when you go in is the Vandal in ships, and it's like the dev who was making it, Max, was like, did it feel challenging, the Vandal, because they wrecked us? And it's like, no, because they just stand still or they teleport. So it's like, I can't give you feedback on that yet, right? And then the FPS AI seem incredibly insane because they're also teleporting and one-shotting you. So it's like, I can't tell if the fights are properly like balanced or feel good yet, but I can say that the steps that you're doing feel nice. I feel like it feels like a nice mix between CZs and the ASD a little bit, right? So it's, I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of cool. And that's 4.4. There was an engineering playtest. You didn't play it, clearly. I haven't played it. All I know is that armor's not in, so I don't really care. Is kind of how I feel. Is I'm the main vibe from it, from everybody in my Twitch chat, is you cannot kill a ship unless you kill their power plant. That is exactly what CIG has been saying for the last 5 years. That was their intention for engineering. So if that is what's happening, I cannot confirm or deny because I haven't played it. Then I guess good job, right? I think that's all we really have to say on that. And I don't know if people know, but you can target power plants. So yeah. If you want to kill somebody, you can. It's just you have to target differently than you ever did before. So it's slightly different. For me, tonight, what I'll probably do after podcast is I will jump into that playtest and then I will not participate in too much combat. I want to just mine, salvage, fly around things that I would normally do, and just see how engineering affects me differently than what your normal day to day would be, and then provide feedback that way. That's where I am with that. What do you want to move into next?
What do we got
IAE,
next?
Roadmap Roundup.
Let's do IAE because that's also 4.4 technically.
True.
So yeah, the holes were part of this patch as well. I do want to touch on the holes a little bit. So previously, what they would do for other IAEs was you would have some pretty generic looking holes.
Yep.
That kind of just got filled with ships, and they would do overlap as well. So they would do like the Aegis Hall is day 1 and 2, the RSI Hall is day 2 and 3, right? So you would have like a little bit of overlap time and so on. Invictus this year they changed that, and they made it here is one hall with all the ships that we care about, but we've put a little bit more effort into the hall, and they've done the same thing again with once again like more effort. Like it looks cool, it looks dope.
I like the color scheme. It's
awesome.
black and gold.
Yeah,
I think people have data mined the color of the skins already. I don't know what it is, so please don't say it in chat. If other people don't want to know. I was hoping it would be black and gold. Somebody spoiled it for me. I just don't remember what they said the color, so that's good.
Yeah, he's good at anti-spoil.
I just know it wasn't black and gold, and I was like, damn, because it looked like the theme of the show was really sweet. I think IAE is best in Orison. The walk up to the location and everything, it's very nice.
Yeah, Vision Center is very cool.
Yeah. But yeah, there's some spoilers in this video.
Yep. There's also 2 more interesting things I want to mention about the halls themselves, which one, the regular like holo viewer section that was typically downstairs does not exist. It is not there.
There is no downstairs. I was looking for the downstairs.
There's just actually
it's
no
gone.
downstairs. There is one holo viewer at all, and it's in the alien section. And it's kind of cool. It's like in its own little room. It's got its own little decorations. It's got the Gattac symbols around it, so presumably it's the Raylan.
Okay.
Because they don't.
Or
they have said they're
new.
not doing concept ship. Well, they've said they're not doing concept ships anymore. And if it was going to be a
straight
holo viewer,
then.
it would be a concept. So, but if it's straight to flyable, it would just be there, right? The ship would just be there.
Maybe it's going to be straight to flyable, and they're just teasing it.
I don't think that's how straight to flyable works.
No,
what if actually that's their trick? They're not doing concepts anymore. We're gonna do future straight to flyable.
They will show you a concept, not let you buy it, so your mouth waters, and then you buy it when it comes out.
Smart.
They will
I think
you
they're just
the
gonna
concept,
put the rail in there.
I
think it's just
it.
the rail in.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just trolling.
But the little building that they put it around was very cool. Like they have put way more effort into the assets of the convention hall this time around.
Yes,
which is cool. So for those those people that come into the game for the first time during IAE, which is a lot of people, right? It's a big recruiting time for CIG. I think they're gonna enjoy it as long as it works.
Yep. And then the video is the main thing that people were eyeing. Tons of Perseus sneak peeks. It is nice and big. Not as big as a Polaris or an Idris. The idea of this ship is to kill ships like Hammerheads, maybe Connies and stuff like that, very quickly.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's there for those like, it's there to kill sub capitals. And like things in it's there to kill things in its weight class, right? Like it is there to kill other Perseuses and like hammerheads and that sort of stuff. Because it's size 7. Did it get up?
I don't know.
Did it get upgunned to size 8s? I don't remember.
I don't know.
But at the very least, it was size 7s, right? So that's what it's there for.
And anything subcap is like ships that people don't typically fly right now. So it's like, I'm curious when this comes in game, how people use it. Is it going to be effective against Idris and Polaris ships or what? Or is it just going to be another solo ship that I'm also very curious, is that gun slave to the pilot? If it is, I'm going to throw a fit like I always do and nobody will listen, and that'll be that. So we'll see. It looks like a turret that somebody has to be in, though. I hope they
Yeah.
learned from the Paladin. The Paladin was perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect
did a good job with
multi-crew
that.
ship. At least 2 people need to use it. And then if you go
Mhm.
engineering, then maybe 3. Yeah, there was a sneak like right coming up, I think, of something unique. I'm trying to bring my mouse. It was
I
there.
think it was just
Just there. So we might let it play again. There's something unique and different, and there's something else that somebody pointed out that I missed. Not here. So I don't know what that is, but whatever it is, it looks really cool, and it reminds me, if anybody has played Wing Commander 5, one of the aliens, the bug alien ships in Wing Commander 5.
Mm.
So I'll point it out. I can't pause the video, unfortunately.
Yeah, 'cause it's just on the website, right?
Yeah, it's
I think
just
it's
a loop.
here at the back.
It's coming
No,
up
not quite here.
right
Here at the back.
there. That.
Yeah.
Don't know what that is. It looks
Yeah,
cool,
it's
though.
interesting looking.
What even
'Cause it's got-
manufacture?
Well, I was gonna say it's got a lot of the manufacturing style of Mirai, right?
Yep.
Like it's got the Fury and the Guardian like language, but then it's got a weird front thing that looks
Yeah.
like it looks like that, right? It looks like it's gonna grab something. So
This is the pausable
Yeah.
video, apparently. Okay.
there you go.
Whoever you are, I appreciate you. Who are you? Hode, thank you.
So
People are saying that's a Guardian. It looks
no,
like a
it
Guardian.
looks too weird at the front. See, look right there. It's got like it almost looks like
It's a Guardian.
That's not just a Guardian.
But it's
There's
a
no way.
variant
The front
of
looks
one,
so
I
weird.
think.
Yeah, that could be the case. It could be a variant. Because like that is a strange center section.
Because I mean, the things on the back are like, that's a Guardian.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know. Yeah, maybe not now.
There's no way. It's got such a weird front. There's no
Yeah.
way.
It just looks thinner. Yeah, the wings look different for me. That's where it just looks odd with the wings.
A little bit further back than that. Yeah, here you go. Comes up in a second.
You sure?
Yeah. That too far. Too far. What are you doing?
I
Let it go.
know. It's right after this.
It's after this scene, yeah. Yeah, so it's in the back there.
It's
Yeah,
a
like what
Guardian.
is that thing in the front? That's not a Guardian.
Yeah.
Well, not a regular Guardian.
This shape is what's got everybody screwed up, I think.
Yeah.
People are saying it's the
Unless
racing
it's
Guardian.
like I don't know. Yeah, because that is part of the fuselage. That is not like wings or something.
Yeah, people are just saying it's like a weird angle, maybe. Could be. There's another
don't
one
know.
that people pointed out, but I don't know where it is. Do you guys know what time that other thing is? Yeah, maybe it's a gray market Guardian.
Oh, Gray
21
Guardian, okay.
seconds, somebody said. 19, 20, 21.
I see a reclaimer.
This.
I see.
This.
Oh, is that the new Drake?
That's the
Is
Drake
that
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What the
So that'll
heck
be the
is
one
that?
from, was it last year or the year before? It's the silhouette.
Chat saying it's a Reliant.
Nah.
Come on, chat. Let us cope.
But
It's a space whale. Listen, you know they spoiled the ship in there somewhere. You know
Yeah,
they
yeah,
did.
100%.
They must have. So I think it might be the Drake Clipper thing or whatever people think it is. Where did the Clipper name
whatever
come
the-
from?
whatever
Do
the-
people actually know?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it'll be whatever the thing was that it's like the one last thing that's from that silhouette from I think now 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
From the
it's
Citizen
pretty-
Con 2 years ago. So
It's old now.
yeah.
Yeah. So that was IAE.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you want to go
Oh,
through
yeah, and then
next?
the
I'm not
speech-
going to be able to
Well,
show
I'll
it
just
very
say-
easily.
I would just say sneak peek of the week was also a Drake Interplanetary logo on the back of a ship. So just worth noting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't close this window that this guy gave me. I can't
gotta
unfull
download all
screen
of
it.
your
Okay,
data.
there we go. There we go. I got it. Whew. That was weird. You want to go roadmap roundup?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, sweet. Very small. Just some images. Nothing crazy. I could grab those images perhaps quite quickly as well, if given some time. But it's Wigglo ships and the Maxox cannons.
Yep.
Let's see. The images would be roadmap updates. There's the Wigglo coming up. There they are.
Yep.
Guardian makes no sense to me. The Meteor is probably the coolest skin I've seen ever from Wigglo because it's like pearlescent.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, and then the Maxox stuff is, I still don't get the point of changing all these unless it's like helping with performance, other than onboarding a new dev that's a modeler or whatever.
I mean, I do also think that a lot of the gun weapons are old.
They're
like
old,
they are showing their
but
age.
they don't
you know
look
what I mean?
bad.
Sure. Like, yeah, I wouldn't want this to be a priority for them.
The Maxox
sense,
is
right?
the
Like,
NDBs, right?
Yeah, and they're
They
pretty
look
old.
sick.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But what Tom Hanks is saying in chat, and it's true, NDBs used to tank other people's FPS in the game.
interesting.
Oh, these are the NN cannons? I don't know. But
Neutron cannons, right? Yeah.
yeah, so I don't know. I didn't feel they needed a change really, but that's me. So
Sure.
And then exterior freight elevator. So very small roadmap roundup. Monthly report, not so
Because
small.
that's kind of because that plus Levski is all that's in the patch. So
Exactly.
it makes sense that would be
it's
there.
not a small patch. Like it all just depends on your POV and how you think about it. Is adding Nyx is obviously a massive milestone to get to 1.0. It just depends on if you consider the Nyx in the incomplete state that it is in. Nyx, some people do, some people don't. For me, the big thing is if performance is this bad, like if it's not worth going to, then it's not in.
Yeah.
So like it's a huge milestone for them to deliver a third system, but it is not a good situation right now. And if they are going to deliver this at the same time as IAE, what's happening here? We got a lot of it, you know, this is going to be problematic. So I'm very curious of what happens going forward, and we'll see. But
yeah, same.
It just depends on how you look at it.
I think they'll probably get there. To me, like, obviously I don't know what's actually causing the lag issues at Levski, but it feels like it is the 8 billion NPCs that are around. Like, it is the most populous landing zone
or the
that we have at the moment.
Stations that we just
yeah,
found out
right.
already.
Like it wouldn't be surprising if it's one of those. But I would imagine that they can probably get some of that fixed. The problem is then going to be, can they get it fixed enough that when you're doing IAE and then everyone's like, oh, it's free fly, time to go to Nyx. I've heard about Nyx, right? Like that's when the performance issues, I imagine, become like tenfold. So
so we'll see what happens. But I look at it as, yes, it's a huge milestone. It's just really problematic that you don't want to go there. But we need 5-star systems, so now we have 3. Technically.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Which is just on. So the Vandal bodies at the mission location have loot. They have Vandal metal. Is a new item that exists in the game.
Which ones? The bodies in the containers?
At the auxiliary? No, so at the auxiliary one where there's all the Vandal bodies that have
I tried to get up and loot them.
I had issues with my inventory, but someone that I was with was able to loot them. And yeah, they had Vandal metal. And apparently there's also Vandal plating.
Yeah. Oh shit.
So
okay. I
some
never
cool
got
stuff
a loot.
with that.
I
Once
never got
again,
a loot
potential
icon
for crafting in the future, but right now I assume would just be the Wigglo turn in, but yeah.
For sure. That's badass. Okay, that's very cool. Love that. But again, yeah, probably just a Wigglo turn in, but eventually crafting. PU monthly report.
Yep.
All right, let's do it. Anything stick out for you? Very little in this month stuck out for me, I would say.
Just got me it up. Sorry, 1 second.
All right. I'll start out with animation. I don't know. I didn't go with any AI stuff, but new mission giver. I'm assuming that's not Recco Battaglia, so I have no idea. But
I assume it's the guy from the new faction, the good faction, though, not the bad faction.
Intersec or whatever.
Yeah, I assume it's the Intersec guy.
No, because it will not be in 4.4. It says.
So
yeah, I don't know what it is. Unless they mean Recco Battaglia because she's not a mission giver yet. You could talk to her. So not sure. More just character art, more heavy armor clothing, and then new gang. So more Nyx content. And then our baby. My baby. The Aurora.
Yeah, I think I've fully gone away from the Aurora at this point.
I will never get rid of it. Nope. Never, ever. This is the updated Aurora. Some people say it looks bigger. I don't see it. It still looks very much the same size from the interior. You could see a button to open the door here and a button to open the door here. So that's obviously a change. The guns aren't, instead of being like out here, they're now more central. And that actually helps with aiming, believe it or not. I don't recall where the joystick was on the cockpit or whatever. I feel like it's different now. You could see one panel over here, maybe one over there, but they're clearly trying to open things up a little bit. It looks like the same amount of struts, so not sure what's up with that. And that's really it. I don't know. I was expecting it to try and compete with other starting ships. It doesn't look like it's going to, because those starter ships have gun racks and interiors and, you know, just a lot more to them. And I was really hoping this would just blow up, like just, you know, stretch it out and just make it a little bit bigger. And then there's that. The other thing is, what is the ship sitting in?
Yeah, so people were saying this in my chat today. That like, it's inside the Ironclad, guys. Ironclad's coming out. The Ironclad's not coming out.
Well, the Ironclad's not coming out, but it's in the Ironclad.
It's a generic wall and a walkway. I think it is way too far to say it's inside an Ironclad.
Wow, Croncy negative, guys. Mike positive. What the fuck is going
not
on
negative,
here?
Actually, just realistic.
That's what I say when I'm negative. That's what I try to play it off as. It's definitely the Drake Ironclad. 100%. Come on, because so is this.
Yeah, so is this, but
And
like
so
it's
is
still
this.
very far away. It's just still very far away. So I don't think it's. I just don't care enough to.
They're doing the little
entertain it,
jibbly
you know what I mean?
bits and typing warning and all that stuff. Oh my god, my sounds are still on. Okay, sorry about that. They could have been so annoying and they didn't know. Thank goodness. Yeah, it looks very far along, I would say.
Yeah, I still don't think we'll see it till like either Invictus-ish next year.
What do they say about
maybe
it?
like
They
a
say
main
something.
release. Yeah, they say that it's both Drake Ironclad modules and the command module progressed well into Greybox, with geometry and lighting updates to the modular kits helping set the interior tone throughout.
Yeah, that's the sneak peek. Is I think the module.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean they're pumping this one, and I think they've been pumping the Perseus for a while, so it'll probably be a more end of the year thing. But it's coming for sure. I mean, it looks pretty far along.
Yeah, I mean they've been saying that they've been working on it for quite a while now. So.
Rest of the stuff is bunch of unannounced ships. Hull B that I'm obviously hyped about.
They do talk about the UTV, which kind of like is a proper announcement of the UTV, because the UTV, and it's coming out with IAE. At the hall, there's a spot right next to the Grey Cat stuff that's empty.
When was the last time you drove your STV?
I don't know, probably some Atmo thing like 3 years ago.
Okay. rest my case. It is
Yeah.
an STV with a gun rack.
Yeah, it's more just that like it's a actual acknowledgement of like, hey, this is a vehicle. Because they will often still leave it to like unannounced vehicle or whatever is progressing. So you can assume that the UTV, you can like tick it off as one of the vehicles that's coming IAE. So there should only be like 4 or 5 other ones.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That ships. Core gameplay is literally this small. So we know where the priorities are right now. Not gameplay. Big thing there, though, is they want to allow us to be able to pick up a third gun in our hands when we have 2 in our back, because it's the most unintuitive thing of all time that your gun drops when you try to pick it up, or a menu shows up when you try to pick it up. My hands are free. Why can't I use them? So that's huge. Like, believe it or not, massive quality of life thing that's being added there. So it is worth mentioning. It is, thank you for listening. Thank you for seeing. Like, literal great job. Economy, I don't want to get mad, so I'll skip it. You could say whatever you want about it, but I'm just gonna la 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 until they start actually doing things that look like an economy.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to talk about it anyway, because it is just they're just saying that they did the Nix things, right?
Yeah,
that's kind of it. They're not talking about the far future stuff, which is the stuff that I'm more interested in them talking about.
Just kidding. I'm gonna rage the out. All right. They're doing freelance cargo trading, and they are very excited to have worked on a journal entry to steer players in the right direction for cargo hauling. Journal entries. Nothing about any marketplaces whatsoever, or anything of these people buy these things and these people sell these things in a simple and easy and intuitive way. No, go to your journal to find out. Kill me, dude. Kill me.
Yeah.
I can't deal with this anymore. This team has been around for years now, 2 years.
2 years.
And we have priced weapons and armor, and this and missions.
And I think one monthly report from them has said something about like, we're looking into how crafting and stuff will impact the economy in the future.
Yeah. And it's just like, oof. I know we need to wait for crafting for a lot of these things, but you don't need to wait for crafting to put a marketplace in the game.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The last paragraph is a bit of new information though. So the 2 big competition events that we've had, which one is currently ongoing and is now in the final phase, and then the other one, which was Resource Drive. They're going to be doing more of that, basically. What I'm hoping they do with it, though, is that they turn it into like not an event, and maybe it's just like
something
one
you
thing
can
I would
decide
love
to
to
do.
happen. And like one thing I would love to happen, right? Like, is there be a way to influence something through this system? But it's like it's always happening, right? So like, let's say you kind of
like
just had Resource Drive on
games.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. So kind of like you just had Resource Drive on all the time, and if you were working for Hurston and they reached X amount of whatever, then they would have a discount.
Yep.
And then that would happen for X amount of time, right? And that's something I think they can do with this system that I would like to see them do more. They also said they're going to look into ways to incentivize cooperative gameplay, which good, because it hasn't really, with the exception of the current one. Incentivizing it.
What?
In that you
get
3? Into a group. Well, I'm saying it's incentivizing it because it's not phase 3, but phase 1 and 2. Okay. It's incentivizing it by get into groups, everyone go to different systems, like different planet, and share the missions.
Yep.
Right?
Or
that's not
phase 3.
That's not really cooperative gameplay.
Moby-Glass, accept mission, and wait.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, I'm helping. I'm part of it, right?
I'm totally a part of it.
Yeah, that's cooperative gameplay. Yeah, so like it's in there in the very worst possible way currently. So yes, good. Please look into actual incentivizing cooperative gameplay.
Yeah, that would be great. Last thing for me in the month report. Oh no, there was mission design, bunch of stuff here. They said this is where they mentioned redoing the loot pools. I don't know if they're talking about the distro centers with the armor at them. Probably.
Possibly.
But
I mean, it could be everything.
Loot pools just still feel very unintuitive and so boring and just so weird. Like, oh, there's just
Yeah.
random food here, um, and it's not in a kitchen. It's just in a combat area. Like what? So it's just weird. And then, um, outside of that, there was
There's the Except from
Siege
World
of
stuff.
Orson.
So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, Siege of Orson's the last thing. So I just want to talk about the Except from World stuff because this is what we originally thought these missions were going to be, where you're just in the verse. Oh, hey, look, an item mission pop up, accept mission. As always, apparently Wickelow's Emporium is a test case and not just all they were making, and so they want to do missions like that. The sort of like mission example that I would want that to like work with, if we were to use an example of current gameplay, would be like you do an Onyx facility mission. Like the Pyro Onyx facility missions, and while you're there, you see the map of the irradiated Valkar stuff mission pop up. Now you go to there, right? That's the sort of stuff that I would be looking for.
Yep.
And it sounds like that's what they're trying to do here as well. They said it could enable physical jobs board offering missions around a specific location. Sure. I don't think that's necessary with the Moby Glass to have a jobs board, but other things, yeah.
Yeah, like is jobs boards are in medieval games because you don't have cell phones.
Yeah.
And email.
Like the jobs board is just the contract manager. That is a jobs board, right? So from that perspective, I have no idea what they're talking about, how that will differentiate.
Nope.
But you can see
no
how
clue why we're wasting time on
other
this.
things could. Yeah.
And this is like literally wasting time. Just I don't get it. I would love to get it, but I don't get it. And last thing for me is online tech. They mentioned tier 1 item recovery somewhere in there.
Yep.
There it is. And then instancing. As well as dynamic server meshing somewhere, I think. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So, cool. But that's really it.
I will say this is the longest R&D section I've seen in a long time, and it is also the least comprehensible to me ever.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of text.
I don't understand what any of this means, man.
Hopefully the game runs better. Thumbs up, guys.
Yeah.
Don't know what's happening though.
Lots of talk of triangles. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. And then the rest of the stuff is like old things that we already know, which is typically, fairly normal for a monthly report.
Yeah.
It's some old stuff, some new stuff.
Some of the stuff came out last month, right? So of course they're gonna mention it.
Exactly. One thing that people might have missed is Traveler's Guide to the Galaxy, Nyx. I don't know if people caught this or not. It's very just, we can't make lore in the game very well yet, so let's throw it all on a website post so you can kind of get a feel for what Nyx is, what it's about, what the people are like, the settlement, all that stuff. So if you want to understand the vibe that they will go for at some point, hopefully be able to deliver in the game really well, this is where you can find information about them, and that like they go so far as the alcohol that started here and things like that. So and then my takeaway from this is the glimpse ahead and the order of operations is breaker stations are possibly maybe the next thing because of the order that they put these in, and then municipal works after that, and then tactical strike groups. This is also, I believe, the order in which they showed them at CitizenCon. So
correct,
maybe it will be in that order, and then planets last. So
I think planets will probably be interspaced, right? Like we might get one, like Nyx 1, and then other content, and then Nyx 2, and so on.
Perhaps. So we'll see. But I'm dying for this.
Speaking of. Yeah. Especially now that I've done missions in the Glacian Belt, this is super hype. So how long was it after 4.0 release that we got Hathor?
Hathor was 4.1?
Yeah, it was like
pretty
2
soon.
months maybe after 4.0.
Yeah, it wasn't long.
I think
you had a couple of events. I think it might have been 4.2. You had a couple of events with like the save Stanton, fight for Pyro thing, and then Hathor was the first like ASD resource. It was
the first like
crisis.
new content.
like kind of like we're moving in that direction, because you could sell the Karenite to the research facilities. Like they told you have the option. You can either turn the Karenite into Wicklow or go to the research facility. And everyone was like, why would I turn it into the research facility? I could sell it to other players. I can sell it to other players for way more money. But then, that's why I get mad about the Star Citizen economy team, is they think that like, selling over there makes sense, when it's like, no, it doesn't. We figure out what makes sense. Let us do it.
Well, it's interesting that because at least the gameplay probably, I like in that time frame, I could see the gameplay coming out. It's just probably going to be a level design to make sure everything's polished, I guess.
Yep.
Because in the CitizenCon video, they had a bunch of snapshots of the interior. Some of it was still concept. Some of it was like white box. So it was kind of hard to gauge exactly where it was in development.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it bodes better, I think.
Yeah. Long story short, give me breaker stations, please. I want them very badly.
And speaking of lore, that's also a thing we should mention, is the new loading screen as well, because that came out this week with the patch.
Yeah, let me see if I can bring it up, because I didn't prep for that one. I forgot about it.
So as they've been doing all year, basically, right? We get a new loading screen that gives like a bunch of little lore dumps. One thing that is very curious and was kind of hinted at in last month's loading screen is the idea that Nyx 1 is being terraformed.
Yeah.
Because if you had been following what they had said was the established lore previously, Nyx 1 was like a hollow world, uninhabitable, can't do anything, blah, blah, blah. And then obviously at CitizenCon they show it and it's beautiful and there's all this greenery and all this sort of stuff. So they expand on that and all the terraforming that's happening at Nyx 1. They talk a little bit about the Vandal attacks that are happening. And they also do, because this loading screen is like it's a bit propagandist. So the IAE pomp and opulence reeks of Empire in Decline is just a fantastic paragraph and a very, very fun read. So yeah, just like they've been doing, just a little bit of lore about what's going on. And I've been really enjoying these. I've been liking that they've been doing these. These are like, don't stop. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's been a nice touch.
Yeah.
I agree. Trying to think what else. Sneak peek, maybe. But there's it's pretty
so
simple.
sneak peek. It says Drake Interplanetary. Yep. So I think this is the new ship. You mentioned it might be the
I think it might be the
module, which I don't hate actually. Yeah.
You look at the outside, you could see what appears to be a either a caterpillar or ironclad wing. So
yep. Yeah, I don't have that theory.
Yeah, but who knows? Could be the wing of the Clipper thing that people call the Clipper for whatever reason.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know.
One last small thing I want to mention is that they have been getting CIG have been getting a lot more active on their social media pages about Squadron 42 in the last week. It could mean nothing. Genuinely, it actually could mean nothing, or it could mean they're starting to ramp up and getting ready for a trying to advertise the game and whatnot.
Yeah. True. Yeah, I mean, again, it was such a weird week because so much happened, but so much didn't. Like, it's like, okay, new mission, one individual mission, new system, very bad performance.
One new actual mission and a bunch of new reskinned missions.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I took a regular mission and every single mission giver spoke to me during that mission. I had the CFP lady talk to me. I had the guy from ASD. I had the headhunters guy. I had the Stanton lawful mercenary guild guy all speak to me in the same mission.
Yep.
It's scuffed. It's scuffed right now. So it was pretty funny. It was funny at the time, but then when you think about it, it's like, oh my God, we're so far away.
That did make me think of one last thing as well, which is in that new mission, like the actual new mission, So there's new music as well from the absolutely fantastic Pedro and Co.
Oh yeah,
And it has some Van Dool talking in it in the soundtrack, which is dope as hell.
Yeah,
Super cool.
It's
It was a bit too good. Like I
It's
was
good.
like, wait a second, is there like a Van Dool around the corner that I'm gonna have to shoot in the face or something?
It was
But
very
no, it was just part of the song.
Mordor.
Yeah. So super cool.
Yeah, for sure. All right, ready for callers?
I sure am, and so are our callers this week. And if you want to be a caller next week, make sure you go into the description below. If you're on YouTube, hit the link. Go into the green room. If you're over here on Twitch, go to Mike's chat, go ! Podcast, follow the link, go into the green room. But I mean, maybe today we might have room for one extra, as we've got 4 in the waiting room. So
I would say for me,
Roll in.
I have a thing I have to go to, so we'll stick with these 4. So hopefully we can end in like half an hour-ish. I think that would be good for me.
Yeah, I do have a baby to take care of. That is true.
Exactly. You have that, and I might not even be able to do this mission because I have something more important to do after.
Yeah,
so, all right, we're gonna go to our first caller, who I believe is new because I would never forget this name, Sloppy Salami Slapper. What the heck? I'm just gonna put Sloppy on the screen. But yeah,
how you doing, Sloppo?
Also, Sloppy, I can hear myself in your headphones, I think. So maybe turn us down a little bit.
Apologies.
All good.
Yeah, I will. Second. Just turn you down there.
All good.
Who's that? Is that better?
Yeah, I think so.
Possibly.
Okay, sorry about that. I think I've got open back headphones, which makes a mess of it.
All good. So does Croncy. I can hear myself in Croncy's too sometimes when I get loud.
That's it.
It's all good.
I was thinking about the issue you had about the cargo, and it gets stuck onto so people could steal it on you. And I was
freight elevators.
Yes. I was trying to imagine a way that you could potentially like kind of have your cake and eat it when it comes to the griefers and people who are pirating, and actually have a consequence for them for doing it. And it would be something along the lines of, if they steal your ship and the cargo and say that's worth a few million or something, and they get caught, when they do their time, they have to pay that money back in terms of fines. And if they don't pay it back, they essentially get a crime stat that puts them back into prison. And can only works if they're in the lawful areas, so it gets tracked that way. And if they do missions that are lawful, they only get like 50% of the mission payout, and it slowly pays them back over time. Hopefully, a bit of a sting to not want to just run out and say, I stole 40 million credits on someone, to make it a little bit more likely that only the hardcore people would want to do it, not just some just wanting to just mess up someone's day, potentially.
So it'd be a potential fix for like stealing, right? Or not even necessarily fix, just like mechanic that you could add in that could be interesting with stealing. But that's not necessarily the issue, right? Like having open freight elevators also just means that they could like tractor it and yeet it away.
Yeah, they don't have
throw
to
it somewhere else.
They just
right?
be
like,
annoying.
Yeah, there's just a big potential for just messing with people.
That could be included as well, because if you touch someone's property, that technically is theft. So you could have it like that. Every time they touch it, the value of that box gets counted.
That's how it works now. So if they touch someone's cargo and you're in a monitored zone, they get a crime stat for it. It doesn't work. So for me, it's you're not calling the freight elevator. You just go to whatever freight elevator you want. I feel like that should be your designated area, and anybody who's not in your party that comes in that area should be considered criminal, and then the station should shoot at them, or FPS turrets eventually should shoot at them and stuff like that. So if you want to, take the risk and try to get one box or whatever, then you can. The only thing that I don't know if we should do repositioned. I see that in Twitch chat. I think that's like a little immersion breaking, but I do think that like you should have your little area and you should be allowed to. I would love it to be a way where you can secure your own area. So if anybody does come inside, you're allowed to kill them. That would be fantastic. So that gives the opportunity for someone to, take the risk. They get the crime stat and have to pay the fines, like you say. But if they get away with it, then they get away with it. But I can also defend myself. We're in this weird place where they can screw with you, but you cannot defend your own stuff. And that's my issue with it is like, they're allowed to be annoying, but I can't kill them. Like, what?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to we need to create new rules where there's that. Maybe it's the American in me. I don't know.
I mean, no, it also makes sense just from like if you ever want to go realism perspective, right? If you're a big cargo ship and you're loading up at a location, and then someone comes in with a small dinghy and like parks next to the ship, yeah, security are gonna like come and investigate and try to stop you from doing whatever you're doing because it's weird. Like it's presumably illegal. So, yeah, I would hope that turning those areas into trespass zones would not be too hard if you can do it at hangars.
If they can make a box where a Hull C like collects stuff in, and when anything goes inside of it, it stops. Why can't you make an invisible box that when people cross into it, that it's or maybe not invisible, just some lights on each corner or something like that. That is like, this is the freight elevator area for this person. Stay out or pay the price. And if they can manage to get something, then good on them, right? Like I think it still should allow like the boarding of someone else's ship, and then hopefully the station won't shoot at your own ship because somebody that is criminal is inside of it. And like there's opportunities there for people, and then I would go with what Sloppy says. But it's the general rules beforehand of just being an asshole. That's not what should be in any video game, I don't think. Like I do like the idea of being able to do whatever in immersive game, emerging gameplay and all that stuff. Like you should be able to steal the ship, but you should not be able to just take my cargo and throw it off because you're a dickhead, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, yeah, it's a fair point. I'd say I didn't think about it that way. I suppose a simple collision box could have it where that if you go into the area and you're acting the Mickey essentially and you're taking people's cargo and throwing it around, that the person's cargo that's being touched gets the rights to just basically shoot you on the spot. Yeah. And it'd be, I suppose it's a workaround, I suppose. But I feel like you have it in most areas where you're not even allowed into the vicinity, let alone onto someone's, like in real cargo areas, you have to be authorized to go into an area, let alone onto someone's shipping part.
Yeah.
So I think they should have that before even, so then it would neutralize your problem altogether.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Perhaps. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Oh, no, I think that's everything. I haven't tried 4.4, and I've seen you having a bit of trouble with it, so I was like, I'm going to wait till it goes to live.
Recommendation, wait.
Yep.
Do not let this ruin your first experience in Nyx. That would be my recommendation. Just wait.
Yeah.
And possibly don't even go to Nyx if it goes live, if it stays this way. Don't let this ruin it for you. That would be my recommendation to anybody.
There is one thing I'd say before I go is, I am one of those people that bought a good few ships that were a bit too big to be soloed, and I was intending on having a fucking crew with it, but basically they're just sitting in idle there. So to anyone who wants to buy a big ship and thinks it's fun, it's actually quite boring and shite to have a big ship and not do anything with it with a crew. So yeah, solo ships, go for small, or just find someone with a bigger ship and just join them.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. We stand by your message.
Yes, thank you very much. And much love from Ireland, and I'll see you when I see you.
All right, you too.
Sounds good. Have a good
Be
one.
good, Sloppy. Salami, Slapper. What a fucking name. Holy.
Great name.
Catch you, dude.
Cheers, mate.
Follow me. I'm delicious, for people who know that reference. Next one is, what are the names today? Look at the next name. They're all meat related. The next name is Mega Beef.
Yeah. What's up, man?
We got meat related. We have a theme today.
I've had this for a while, so I maybe I started the trend. I don't know. I'm not copying the last guy.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It's just funny that they're the same. But yeah, what do you want to talk about today?
So, I've been watching the show for a while. This is my first time calling in, but Star Citizen's like in a really weird spot for me right now, where just to give some perspective, I backed the game when I was like 27 or 28, and I turned 40 next year.
Yep, I know the feeling.
Which is just like it just sounds insane to say out loud. And like the scope of the game has just gotten to a point where like I'm having a hard time seeing what it's actually going to play like when all of this stuff is in the game. So like actually from a technical standpoint, I'm pretty optimistic that the game will be they'll get everything to work, because if you look at stuff like server meshing and that kind of thing, like they've pulled off some pretty wild technological achievements, whatever you want to call them. So I'm not that worried about stuff like freight elevators or the fact that the med pen still doesn't work. I think they're just lazy with getting around to that stuff.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
But like if you look at like engineering, right? Like everyone's hyped about engineering and it, you know, looks cool in the videos and stuff, but I guess the part that I'm having trouble like kind of seeing whether or not it's going to be fun is like, I mean, imagine flying a ship now compared to when engineering, control surfaces, Maelstrom, probably 2 or 3 things on the new flight model, like who knows that it's going to be fun when all this stuff's in the game at the same time? Does that kind of make sense what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Your concerns are shared by many people, especially around things like engineering.
It's also, I don't think this is a new issue necessarily, right? Like for at least since I started playing in 2020, every big new mechanic has been like, well, I don't know how this is going to play. I don't know how this is going to feel in the greater context of the game, right?
Yeah, and it, like usually when you have like an MMO that introduces some big mechanic, it's like one at a time over like years. So like the WoW expansion will add flight after 4 years of it not being in the game.
Yeah.
Something like that. And they're developing like 6 expansions worth of features at the same time simultaneously. And like I have to wonder, like, is there some code branch out there that has all this stuff in it at the same time where some guy's playing it and he's like, okay, yeah, this is fun when it's all in there.
No,
but then it's not even, all the stuff's like version 0.1. So you couldn't do that.
No, they're not developing all these things at the same time. So when they tell you what their intentions are, it's because they had a meeting about it and discussed it on a white paper napkin and said, this is what we want this thing to be. This is Chris's vision. Like, if you honestly think that they're developing like the social tools right now, you're delusional. Because if they were, they would be talking over the moon about it, because it would be one of the things that they showed at CitizenCon that they're actually going to deliver. They would not hide that from you. They are not working on any of those things. They're working on Squadron 42. Not only are they developing all these systems at the same time, as you say, like in a way, they're developing a whole nother game with its own systems at the same time as well. And that's where their focus is. So that's why they're super vague and why you're confused about all of these things and how they're going to work, because they don't tell you how they're going to work. They don't sit you down and go, this is what our game is. I agree.
Yeah, I don't think they do. Yeah.
Like, it's all in one guy's head. And then they put it, then they actually start developing it. And then they realize, well, this is fun. We like this. We want to do more of this. Or this is not fun. We don't like this. We want to do less of it as they start going. Or this is impossible with the current landscape of our engine. And now we need to go and develop this thing or whatever. Right.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's also, like, I think, just quickly to use your example where you like mentioned like World of Warcraft, right? The vanilla World of Warcraft didn't have flying. The world originally was not made for flying. So like if you got into areas where you weren't supposed to, like it was weirdly flat and textures were all bugged and all that sort of stuff, right? It is not like World of Warcraft adding flying. It is like World of Warcraft adding combat to the game. It is like World of Warcraft adding like, hey, now you guys are actually going to be in FPS instead of over the shoulder third person.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're going to add actual spaceships to the game, and we're now playing we're now playing Star Citizen, right? There is the issue with scope where all these things that they are working on are core features that like kind of have to be in the game for what they want the game to look like. And that's like
Yeah.
the actual problem, right? Is
they
all of
also
these
don't
things are
communicate
incredibly complex.
what they want the game to look
Yep.
like clearly.
Well, and
Yeah,
it's easy to make a feature look cool on its own. Like if you show a video of just engineering, you can make engineering look dope. If you show a video of just Maelstrom, you can make that look cool, and so on and so forth. But we're not seeing videos of all these things together at the same time. So I don't like it. Kind of seems like they're almost going through this sort of Sea of Thieves type of chaos in with engineering. Like if you look at the promo videos, there's guys running around putting out fires, and then another guy is fixing a component, and then like a door blows off and a guy gets sucked out of space, and and like if you've ever played multiplayer Sea of Thieves, it's a lot of fun with the chaos of 4 people in a ship fighting another ship that has 4 people.
Yeah.
But that works because those mechanics are very straightforward. So if you need to patch a breach on your hull in Sea of Thieves,
You press one button.
press the hotkey for the 2x4, and then you left click, and he nails it into the wall, and and then it's done. If CIG made Sea of Thieves, they would use like a physics-based cannonball system where the breach in the hull is determined by the angle of the shot and the velocity of the cannonball. And if it's like too high up on the wall and you can't reach it, you have to stack boxes, but the boxes can fall over with the way the ship's moving relative to like the waves.
Yep, keep going.
And like the buckets would
I'm pledging. I'm
and
pledging.
the buckets to scoop out the water would be like an exact amount of water, because they would like individually render every drop of water in the ship. And then even when you got all the water out, the floor would still be wet, so you'd have to mop it, and your guy could slip on the floor if he's moving too quickly.
Yep.
And if he slipped while mopping the floor, he could sprain his wrist, which would make it harder to hold the hammer when he's patching the hull. And the severity of the sprain would be relative to the force of impact when
Can I stop you? Because there's a really important piece that you missed.
Do I sound crazy, or is like they would do that?
No, it's exactly like that's what's so good, and the chat's like loving it. The best part is that the thing that you missed is that when you sprain your wrist, the ship that you're in cannot fix it, and the one that can, you have to buy on the store. You missed a really important part of that puzzle. Also, if you bought another ship on the store, it would have better. Like it wouldn't be made of wood; it would be made of metal, and that would survive more cannonball shots. So it'd be perfect.
And the
you can
issue
also
too is
buy
like
cannonballs that are better
and everyone's
on the website.
And everyone's soloing Galleon as well.
Yeah, and you can do it all solo as well. Yeah,
part is like,
about that part.
There's a point between current Sea of Thieves and CIG Sea of Thieves where it actually stops being fun and it's just tedious. And that's my concern with engineering is like, I just think at some point people are gonna be like, I don't feel like fucking doing this sorry for the swearing on a capital
so many
ship.
times today. You're good.
So I want to push back on one
it's gonna be a hard sell.
I want to push back on one thing. Sea of Thieves is an arcade game. I love Sea of Thieves.
Yes.
It's an arcade game. It's a get in quick, do some very, very quick fun, and that's it. That is not what Star Citizen is, right?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
That is not what Star Citizen is. And I would be willing to bet that a lot of people that want to play Star Citizen don't want to just play Star Citizen in space. Although, Sea of Thieves in space. Although that would be sick as fuck. Unrelated, that would be a cool game.
Yeah.
And so that still speaks towards, though, like that's why the scope is so big, because there is a demand for a game that does exactly what you just mentioned.
That's so weird that you say that, though, because the people who like really back this game heavily are the ones that you would assume are like the ones that are in demand for that stuff, but they're the ones who complain about it the most. So it's like, where is the demand for this for like be honest, like just really think about this. Where is the demand for loading and unloading a 4,000 SCU of cargo that takes 30 fucking minutes and you only have two? Like most people, like 90% of people only have, let's say, 1 to 2 hours of time to play games a night. especially in the Star Citizen community that's an older audience.
Yeah.
Where's this demand you speak of? Because I don't think it exists.
Well, a lot of the demand too is like in theory, I think.
Yes, exactly. I think that's where Croncy is at with it, right? It's this in theory demand, but when it actually comes in the game and is in practice, everyone hates it.
Yeah, it doesn't end up playing well with what you actually want to do.
Exactly.
And like that was a good example. Before loading and unloading came out, I did get so many people telling me that's what I want to do. I want to load and unload so I make more money. My profit margins are higher. And
but
then
they didn't know it would be clank, 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 like just all the time, and then take forever, right? Like we thought that we would load and unload in a reasonable period of time, and this is not reasonable at all.
It's one of those things where like the first time you see like a video or you do it in game where you EVA in space and you're pulling cargo out of like a blown up ship into yours, like it's dope. Like it's very immersive, especially when you got like a planet in the background and this debris flying around. But like you have to ask, like, is that kind of loading and unloading box after box after box, is it still cool? Is it still fun after doing it 200 times? And you know, like they're to bring it back to Sea of Thieves, there is no friction in Sea of Thieves version of engineering. There is no friction. You left click looking at the water with a bucket to scoop it up, and you right click to throw it out of the ship. That's it. Yeah. And engineering in capital ships is going to be so tedious because, again, like if it was CIG, like you'd have to have nails in your inventory. You have to have 2x4s in your inventory. You'd have, like the hammer would be a weapon that you'd have to equip, and you couldn't equip something else while you had that equipped. Like, and there's just so much friction in these complex systems that I think quickly, it's going to make it really tedious.
What do you think a person like? Because this is also what CIG have to think about. What do you think a person who is doing engineering for capital ships is actually going to have to do?
I don't. It's hard to say because I didn't. I haven't played it in a test. But if it's based on the videos, like it's going to be a combination of like putting out fires, repairing components. And
which they're going to be doing a lot of the time. They're going to be doing that. It's just a little pushback. A lot of the time when they do that, they're going to be doing that in the middle of a fight, right? So there is urgency. That means excitement. That pushes away a lot from the sort of like monotonous of just like left clicking over and over again, right? There are multiple roles, especially in a capital ship where you will have engineering, as in you will probably have someone who's in charge of power in the middle of a fight and will just, hey, I'm at the panel, I'm doing all this stuff. But then the other people in the ship are going to be, I'm in the turret, hey Bill, do you need help? Is there a fire behind me? Do I need to get out of the turret and fix it? Like the extra complexities do not mean that one guy gets screwed doing this complexity over and over all the time. It can add to the experience of everyone. Being the keyword. Bringing it back to your original point, we don't know how it's going to play with all of the systems in mind.
Yeah. Also, let's keep in mind that CIG has done the Sea of Thieves mechanic. Like when you're repairing stuff, it is I have my canister, my gun, and I repair the component while it's being damaged, and it is as simple as that. Just to keep let's kind of make sure that we're being fair to them in that way. It is actually less involved than Sea of Thieves at the moment.
And that's like I said, I haven't played engineering personally, but that was my fear because I'm just basing it off of like the way they do other things. And I think for some things it works. Like I think mining in Star Citizen is awesome compared to other games. And I've heard you make the point, Mike, that like in basically every MMO, you walk up to a node of iron and you press E and then you watch an animation. I think mining in Star Citizen is awesome.
Yeah.
But they have to find that balance of some things should be like being complicated isn't inherently a good thing. Just
it's not always fun.
Board. Yeah.
That's what I love. What they did with salvaging a little bit is like it's just chill. It's simple, and you don't have to think very much, and that's okay. And that's it. But Beef, let's call it here. Any final thoughts before we let you go?
No, thanks for taking the call, and
Yeah,
and I hope I'm wrong. I really like this game,
So do
and I
I.
hope they
Yeah.
pulled off. I these days I'm having more of a hard time seeing the massive scope creep and feature creep come together. But you know, they
I
have
think,
money, and
yeah, I think their
and they have
intention
us
of like
testing it.
the intention of like the 1.0 presentation last year was to try to do that. I just don't think it really helped. You know, it
No,
was like, that sounds cool, but you're not really
no.
actually saying much. You're just kind of
Yeah,
going, you'll do
and
submissions, and then you'll do submissions, and then you'll craft, and then you'll do submissions. It's like, okay,
yeah, yeah.
that's not what I actually need from you guys.
Yeah. And I liked this last Star Citizen actually, or Citizen Con, because I felt like it was fairly narrow scope, which I think they need to do.
Yeah.
So,
Keep it simple.
all right, that's all I gotta say. I appreciate the call.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, appreciate
it too.
calling
It
in,
was
Mega
really
Beef.
fun.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Next time
Have
we
a good
got to
one.
split these two guys up, the salami and the beef. It's too much meat.
Too much meat.
Too much meat. All right, I'm gonna bring in Johnny Morgan. I got to run to the restroom though. So Johnny, welcome.
How you doing, John?
Can you hear us?
I can. I was muted. Sorry about that. How you doing?
Good.
Lovely. All good. Doing well.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, so I would like to touch base a bit on the player experience and adding nicks, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool that they've done it, right? Like fantastic. Same with Pyro, right? I've been back for a little while. I've been active, and I've been primarily doing drug running, right? Just testing to see if I'm gonna start running into other players and that there's any contact. The social side is like completely lacking in the game. I haven't really run into anyone. Like, I think there's been 2 instances where I've had an interaction. One where I chatted with a guy. He was unloading at Devlin, right? So landing, but he was having trouble landing. So I was just talking to him and talking him through the game more than players interacting around drug running, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been a little disappointing that way. Like, it's great that they're adding new territory, but if I can't have social interactions within the game easily and quickly and build up some sort of repertoire, journal, whatever the hell you want to do with it, of contacts that I've met, and like, they're not all friends, right? And I don't want to friend anyone right now because the friend system applies outside of the game, right? Like, they're going to join me and blah, 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 etc. So you can't have any friends in your list if you want to be an immersive player and interacting with people. So I know I can start interacting with people on stations, and I've met people there, and I'm chatting with them and stuff, and they're mostly just either grinding something out, like doing the trading and stuff like that, or they're going to Onyx missions and doing that stuff, and that is fun. Like, I'm glad that there's some element of a game within it now, because I have enjoyed that. The Bit Zero mission was another one that I really liked. It was in Pyro. I don't know how many people saw it or did it, but it's not on there now. But you went to like an asteroid base, fought a couple guys, and then you went to FPS, and then you stole the freelancer, and then you unload the cargo right onto your own ship, and then you could sell the cargo. So neat little mission. I did a little bit of that. It gave about the same value as doing drug running, right? Like drug running in a Cuddy. I still only have 3 ships, like Gladius, Cuddy, and Prospector. Prospector I won in a contest, whatever. And so I've been enjoying that. Like, the Cuddy is still viable. Fantastic little drug runner. You make about 130K per run. You can do a run in about half an hour, 45 minutes type thing, if you really focus on doing it. I feel like that there's a bit of danger when I'm at Fallowfield or Ashland, but there's nothing to bring us all together. Like, it's great that there's 600 odd people on a server, but it doesn't really feel any different when there was just 50.
I think
right? Like,
I think it's more of a problem of 600 is not enough. Like, if you start getting into like, this is going to be one of the problems with instancing, is if you start getting into a situation where anybody can go anywhere and not run into anybody because everything is instance, and obviously not everything will be instance, but some things will. Let's use I don't know, the worm as an example. If they instance the worm, then the worm has like a limited number of people that can do it right now, and if other people are there, then you get run out of it and you get pushed away, and then you go to other content, right? There is so much play space in Star Citizen that 600 people is not enough. Like, I'm sorry, 600 people in Stanton would have worked. a little bit better,
Yeah.
but there's still so much play space. So yeah,
Can I put a small caveat on that? Is that 600 players is not enough if you don't at least nudge them a little bit. Like
you're being nudged.
If you just
but
want
you're being nudged in
immersive
15
gameplay,
directions.
Well, yeah, and not towards other players though. To single
are.
story like
You are being
missions and
nudged.
stuff like that. But
You are being nudged to other players.
Yeah,
You are.
there's
Where?
one example. So
You just mentioned them.
Yeah, there are missions that are deliberately saying like, you know, make sure you have wingmen, make sure you have other people with you, but everything in the game is pretty much still soloable. So there's no like actual gameplay really, with an exception that I'll mention in a second. There's no like actual gameplay that is forcing you to team up with other players. Now, there is a great event going on right now where you have to kill a Polaris. Except it's implemented in the worst possible way.
Yep.
And you don't have to actually team up with anyone. Now imagine if that mission did exist in a way that, you know, you couldn't just share it with people. You couldn't just accept it with everyone, and then other.
And you
people
had to actually disable the ship
had
and not
to
just
actually
DPS
do
it down.
yourselves. In your group, that's you. That content already exists. It just isn't implemented correctly, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But just more on my point, like he mentioned Ashland and stuff, like that.
Yeah.
That is
No one's there.
a funnel. Yeah, no one's there because there's 15 other things that they could be doing that are better than doing that.
Yeah, it's true.
That's why is there's too much, like, believe it or not, there's too many options and not enough people to fill. Like, Ashland is a viable option, and it, like, if they changed it, it would be broken. If they made it any better, it would be broken, right? So then everybody would go there. And now you only have one funnel, and then it becomes too much. So the thing that you need is to build up the player base in an individual shard. So then people have to choose between one thing or another because, well, other people are doing that right now. That, like, Hathor's contested. So let me go and drug run right now if I want to make some money. Like that's kind of where I think we need to get to, and we're not there yet.
I think the Hathor mission is another good example.
Agree on
right? Like that is probably the most group activity that exists in the game currently. Yeah. Because like you are properly incentivized to have a party. Right? Like the second you open up that mine, you're not doing that solo. You're on a time limit. You want to make sure everyone gets as much as it as possible.
It's good.
The more people you have in your group, the faster that you can do Hathor, right?
You can't mine and defend yourself at the same time. That's the best part about it.
100%. Yeah, that's sick, right? But you have this other problem, which isn't a problem with Hathor, but is a problem with the game, of the ease of getting into a group is terrible in the game, right? And that's why
it's social so hard.
Exactly. Yeah. We mentioned the social tools already. They're almost certainly not in development. If they are, there's like one guy working on it and is probably doing a UI thing at the moment or something. And like that, it would be such a actual game changer in the way that people play the game day to day. People would play content they've never played before. Yeah, right. Like every other game has that,
Absolutely.
and that is not a problem for them. So a lot of the issues that you mentioned, maybe not necessarily for you, but for other players, probably would be removed when we get that tool. Please be soon.
People are willing to yeah, exactly, because people are willing to interact. That has always been my experience in Star Citizen. If I throw on VoIP and I talk to people, people start to gather around, and they're kind of like craving a bit of interaction within the social side of Star Citizen, which just isn't there. Like it's something I would really like to see them think about and develop into, because you could have a lot more if we have the social system built in where my connections, and it's not just like who my friend is and who isn't, but like people that are acquaintances, contacts that I've met, people I've marked as potential enemies and stuff like that. Even just people that I've interacted with around in an area and knowing that they've been there, like, so I see their name and stuff like that. I would like to see a lot of development in and thought, because right now, here's one thing that I wanted to clarify too, and I'm not sure about this. Last week, you guys were talking about the land claims. When someone buys a piece of land, do you, like, no one else can buy that same land on a different shard? Was that the route they're going?
In the same region.
Okay, because
same region.
Like it, but I mean in a different region. Like, so we're going to have
in a different
shards,
region.
right?
They can.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I wasn't sure about that. So if someone
Because
else can
there is
own
no
that
shared
land, then we're
universe.
not. Yeah, we're
there
not
is no
going
region shared
to
universe.
a single shard. They're not going to try to do shard meshing then.
You
I
just
think.
can't.
Like
You
solving
just
that
can't.
problem. Yeah.
The gameplay would be
Yeah.
so bad because you just can't solve the ping problem.
Well,
we
you
talked
solve it
about
through
scope
shard
speed of
before.
light.
Right.
The one bit of scope that CRG will never be able to reach is one single shard. Well, one single region basically, right? It's just
Yeah,
it
I
just
didn't think they
isn't
were
possible.
like. I'm glad that they're not trying either because it's a waste of time on
Yeah.
the development. You need other technology to breakthroughs for that to happen. Outside of them, right? So something that was interesting that your first caller was saying about big ships, right? I have this big ship, but I have no crew. There's zero socials on that, right? Like looking for group, etc., etc. There's no reason to run a big ship on your own unless you want to like start an org or a Discord and stuff like that. And
But
that
Johnny, they showed it at
becomes kind of a pain in
CitizenCon.
the
They're
ass.
totally doing it within the next 12 months or so.
I tell you what, I think there was one moment
I really hope they
like,
get
Star
feedback
Citizen's-
before they launch it.
Yeah. There's one moment in Star Citizen's history where I saw two moments actually where I saw that where people were like in global, hey guys, I've got a big ship, I need turret gunner, whatever. And it was the original Xeno threat and the original Ninetales lockdown.
I love Xeno. Xeno was the best event.
Bro, you guys
best
are,
event they've ever done.
You guys
organically
are
cooperative.
right
oh, I know, so hardcore, man.
Because it was
Xeno was good though. Wow.
Yeah,
well,
so,
I mean, the actual performance of it was terrible.
Yeah.
So I do think it happens, but it definitely happened then. And I don't know if I've seen it since then. Maybe a little bit with Siege of Orison, but that was more like, hey guys, who has the party for Siege of Orison open? And everyone would just join on the same one type thing. But Xeno
you join
Lockdown,
people
it was
on their
actual
ship organically. Like you just meet someone on a wreck and then you start helping them out.
Yes,
and then you join.
Because you would also.
It was
oh my
great.
god! The actual best bit.
Great design.
That was
the actual
only
best
good
bit,
part
guys,
was the cargo part.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would type in global, guys. I just cleared out whatever, Rec 3.
Yeah,
Rec C. But I don't have a cargo ship. Someone come help me, and then someone would come help, and then you would actually load it together, and it felt great.
Yeah.
I don't think they've been able to recreate that.
Met through that event that we started playing together because we met through that event and using VoIP and stuff like that on ships and stuff like that. It was really fun. Yeah, no, they haven't. They didn't seem to want to do a cooperative goal design. Like Xeno was a cooperative goal design, right? All of us contributed. Didn't matter, right? Like what you were doing, it contributed to the end. They just didn't have a red player incorporated into it, right? Which should have third party Xeno. That's really what it was. But they haven't gone back to it. I don't know why. They did that one second run of it and it was horrible performance and didn't really go. But I would love to see that more in Star Citizen. And that's when I talk about nudging, is that bring them together on a social side. Right now it's just the stations. You can sit in a station and kind of talk to people and maybe get involved in what they're doing or they get involved in what you're doing. But outside of that, nothing really brings us together, which is unfortunate. Bit Zero mission, I know I referenced that one, but it was kind of multiple people should be able to take that, and
any
they
mission
don't. Even if they
just a
do,
solo
yeah,
experience.
It's just a solo experience. It's so much of it is. So that's really where I would love to see them before they add more area. Which Nyx, I get, is probably ready for Squadron 42 and whole. The assets are obviously ready, so they're kind of value adding on it, but they're not bringing anything to still bring us together. There's no point in adding more territory.
Well, once again,
Pyro isn't really getting utilized in
I think the content
social HUD.
The content they are making has been clearly designed for multi-crew, multi-group, whatever. It's just the incentive to actually join it has not really been there. And it also has not really been none of these have necessarily been dynamically group friendly, like how we just mentioned Xenothreat would be,
True. And I do like it. I actually do like the Onyx missions. I do like all the content they've added there. It's quite interesting. The stories are kind of good. The writing's kind of good in it and stuff. So I'm happy with that. But it is that, single player or cooperative gameplay on rails within Star Citizen, which will be fun to have as a content type. I just hope it doesn't over rely on it too much, and that's where I think some of our worry about instancing is. Instancing can be great, but it could also be terrible, right? If they over rely on it and everything becomes instance.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh yeah.
that's really what I want to talk about. In like,
Mhm.
yeah, it's cool to add more land, but please give us socials. Like, we really need the social network layer. Otherwise, there's no point.
Biggest thing, it needs to look more like an MMO, which means more people.
Mhm.
And we're seeing with Nyx,
And
that ain't gonna work. So I don't know
I mean,
what's
there's
gonna
so
happen.
many people on Levski, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about. Everyone's on
and
Levski.
You can't see them, talk to them, or interact with them in any single
Oh,
way.
you can see them every 5 seconds.
Every 5 frames, yeah, or every.
yeah, and I'm not touching PTU. There's no way.
No, stay away.
I'll try it on live, and when it comes out and stuff like that, and probably after the first bug fix round, and then I'll go towards Levski.
Yeah, man.
Next, but other than that, though, I actually have been having a lot of fun. Like, I jumped on with a buddy at work and stuff like that. And we had a great afternoon playing and stuff and doing stuff. So, like, that's why I said the shell of the game is there. They're starting to get a little bit of it in. All that stuff that they're adding, which people are like somewhat concerned about being on rails, is good storytelling within the game and is gameplay. So it's starting to get there, but they still have a long way to go. Like loot, socials, crafting, roles for people to like actually run with it and all that stuff. But it's getting there. And I guess we're going to get a preview of what potentially we like when Squadron 42 comes out. We're going to see some of that, which will make it into the PTUs. So it'll be interesting. I personally, they're going to try to beat. No, I won't
make this your last comment. I want to comment one more thing, but yeah, we've been on.
I think they're going to try to release before GTA 6.
I don't know if they're going to try, but it'll end up happening.
It'll probably happen.
I think GTA 6. I think GTA 6 is getting delayed like 3 more times minimum.
Yeah, I hope so too. So yeah, like boom, do it. Try to get your moment.
Yeah. I will just the one last thing I wanted to mention because you were talking about Squadron there is I really think it's just going to be a completely different game than Star Citizen. It's going to like the mechanics in some aspect will be exactly the same, but do not expect. I think not expect to play Squadron 42 and then be like, oh, this is what Star Citizen will be like. It's you know what I mean? I don't think they will.
I agree. But it should train you on the mechanics of the game to make the transition to the PTU relatively easy.
That's fine.
But the experience will be
how do you fly a ship?
Different.
How do you interact with a
run
terminal?
Into grief for that.
But
run into grief for that, and then immediately your experience is different. It should be fun.
Hey, you were looking for social interaction. There you go. That's it right there, brother.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm going to jump off. Thank you very much for having me. Croncy, fantastic to chat with you, and congratulations belatedly on the baby and all that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Have a good weekend. You all.
Yeah,
bye, Johnny.
Go on, mate. Bye-bye.
It wasn't fantastic to talk to me, I guess.
It was just okay to talk to you, Mike.
Yeah. Damn. So I think that's our show. That's all of our callers. Anything you want to say or do before we head out?
Not particularly. I am excited for this next month. It's just, a little concerned with how buggy. Like, we haven't had a really buggy wave 1 in a bit this year.
And it's not even buggy.
Rough. Well, it is.
Unstable.
It's also, it's stability and bugs. Like, it is certainly very buggy. Like, we were talking about the 0G and just random spots in the station.
That's easy to fix, though.
Way, right? Hopefully.
Yeah, no, it is.
And then, like, while IAE has been getting a lot better over the last few years in terms of stability, adding that on top of this extra system,
a free fly with Levski,
nerve-wracking
in this state. Yeah. What are we doing?
So, I'm concerned. I'm not concerned. I'm cautious. Let's see what happens this week.
It's gonna be a rough week.
And then,
that IAE week. It's gonna be rough.
Yeah,
and it's more than a week, right?
It should be 2 weeks away.
But guess what?
End of not this coming week, but end of like the following.
Guess what?
What?
There's gonna actually be video content because they have tons of ships to sail.
Hell yeah!
So at least
bring my boy Jax back. I will take 0 dev videos as long as I get Jax videos.
Well, yeah, you will get 0 dev videos, so we'll just be car sailing.
Oh, true. True. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
But I agree. Like I miss it so much that I don't even care. I like watching like Star Citizen video. I like watching that.
Yeah,
stuff.
they're fun.
It doesn't matter if it's an ad or not. I like watching it. So I miss it and I want it back. And this year sucked. Like royally sucked. And I really hope they change next year because this sucked. So yeah. We're gonna get some video content for at least we'll get like 3 videos in like maybe 10 days, I think.
Yeah, if not more.
Maybe if not more. Exactly. They had last year the IAE show. Remember? Maybe they bring that back.
Yeah, which I liked. I liked that a lot. Right? It was a little mix of advertising for ships, a little bit of dev, and then just some fun.
A little bit of SCL, kind of. It was
yeah,
and then some goofiness.
I'd like them to do that again.
It was good. I agree.
Yeah,
the IAE show. That's what I hope comes back, but we'll see. If it doesn't, it's like, whoa, dude, what is happening here?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's probably where we leave it, right? All right. So thank you for watching the show. If you guys are new here, both Croncy and I stream on Twitch. So if you're on Twitch, we're a shared chat. So follow both of us. Thank you. If you guys are watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and don't miss a show, please. And leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think about anything we talked about. And we hope to see you next time. Exclamation point podcast in my chat. I don't know what it is in yours. To get the Discord and be a caller yourself for next time. My guess is we'll be talking about this again, but maybe a little bit more polished. Hopefully we'll have
we'll be talking I actually predict maybe we'll be talking about the Perseus next week. It might just squeeze in there right at the end of the
You don't think it's IAE?
Well, it is IAE, but typically they put like the ships or some of the ships right
in
before
PTU.
IAE in PTU. Yeah.
True.
So
okay.
It might squeeze in, possibly.
Yep. Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you again for watching, guys. And hit all the socials and we'll see you next time. And don't forget
to answer the call.
Yeah, we did it good this time. Nice and smooth. Extra cringe and smooth.